Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. Good evening. I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. Oh no. Oh hell no. Let's take this again from the top. From the top, here we go. You know, I don't claim to be perfect, but I do aim for perfection. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Miss View. Nice to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up and for the shared. Okay, we are going to get right to it because it's cute. Hello, hi, cornucopia. You never know, honey. The whole thing. This is a NSFW, Miss View. That stands for not safe for work, meaning it might be raunchy and shit. A married woman I've known for years said something weird as shit to me. I've known this couple for years. They're on the similar ages. Here we go again with people who don't know how to type, and perhaps maybe they have issues with their vision and they're typing on their phone. I've known this couple for years. They're of the similar age as me and have 2 kids. For some reason, we separated. I no longer live in the same place as them. My contract with them is minimal and almost only about wishes, like New Year. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's not a contract, my contact, but they wrote contract. With them is minimal and almost only about wishes like New Year and Christmas. Throughout the time, our interactions have always been within boundaries. All of us have been friendly and respectful. But a few years ago, she contacted me. What do you think I'm going to say? What do you think I'm going to say? But a few years ago, she contacted me, greeted me, and asked if I'm still single. I said yes. Then she said she could introduce a girlfriend for me. I wasn't very interested because I thought her friends must be far away. So I said only if that girl's willing to come here. To come here. She then said, "It's me." And I laughed it off. She laughed too. And it was a joke and sent me a photo of another girl. I rejected again. Then she said again, "What about me?" The whole conversation went like this when she tried 3 times to introduce herself to me as a girlfriend. And I managed to laugh it off of every time. Of course, I'm not that dumb. Oh, that sentence is so fitting. He says, "Of course, I'm not that dumb," which means that he believes and knows that he is dumb. Poor thing. Poor thing. Poor thing. He had low self-esteem and the whole nine. Okay, here we go. Of course, I'm not that dumb. I know very well that a joke that is repeated for 3 times is never meant as a joke. But it makes me very unsure what to do. First of all, I've never had any romantic interest in her. Second, she's married. So in no case would I agree to accept her, quote, introduction, end of quote. But the couple are my friends, and she didn't make it officially serious. In the whole time, she was trying to make it like a joke. What would you do to handle the situation properly? This person made an edit and said, "Thanks for all your answers. They are things I missed out that many people are asking. They're still married and she's not looking for a threesome or swinger or something like that, such as a cockhold. That's when they stand at the corner and they watch you watch them have sex with your man." Really sick and perverted and just weird behavior. Who the hell is what? He goes on to say, they're still married and she's not looking for a threesome or a swinger or something like that, because at one point she said, "I can just divorce him." Okay, I'm gonna read I'm going to read some of the responses, and then I'm going in with my wonky thought and my wonky view, Miss View's View. Somebody says, "Don't get slappy drunk anytime soon." Somebody says, "Yeah, I start keeping my guard around them, honestly." Somebody says, "Yep, my life would not have gone through some serious turbulent times, and I might have a little less depression right now if I had given up drinking before I had my own personal TIFU. I don't know what that is. TIFU situations. I don't know what that is. Okay, somebody says, "You already told us the answer. Tell her no. You don't see her that way." All done. And one last one I'm going to read. I think it comes under the radar because when we think of grooming behavior, it's typically associated with younger people and older interested parties. She might be shooting her shot, but she's not reading the room correctly. If you already sent rejections of the ideas she is pushing it, making things innocuous by jokes that can be played off from responsibility, saying things that embroil you when she is understood at least to be in a relationship with someone else that you don't know their relationship makes space for other partners. These are all little flaggy. Be cautious, at least. Okay, let me tell you what the T is. Okay, the T is this dumb jerk. Well, he said he's not that dumb. So the part that it is that dumb, you know what I mean? The little dumb part in him is playing dumber, if that makes any sense. This man knows exactly what the woman wants. He's playing coy. Oh, I don't know how to handle it. You look at that bitch and you tell her no. First of all, you married. Second of all, I'm not sharing a vagina orifice with somebody I knew as a friend, and I'm going to block you right now. Stop communicating with me, or I'm going to screenshot and deliver all of these messages to your husband, my former friend, and let him do you as he will. Now, let me just clarify. I'm not advocating for no violence. I'm just advocating for a divorce, for, maybe some counseling or divorce or, I can understand if this was a girl, like a woman, this is a woman role, but this is a man. You've been around the block, been around the world. Yeah. All right. This is not that difficult. You keep engaging. All you need to do, if she's texting you, you block her. If it goes beyond, you call the telephone company and you tell them, I want this number to not be able to reach me. They can block it at their level. So no calls, no voicemails, no forwards, no text messages, no iMessage. None of that will come through. Okay? Trust me, I've had a few gentlemen callers during my time that had to be put on block and ice. And, well, I made it a rule of thumb. Every 6 months, my phone number was changed. Every 6 months. It got to the point, Miss View, where T-Mobile was like, "We're gonna need to charge you $10 to change this line because we've done it so much for you." You know, they got a policy now that back in the day that you had, now you have to pay like $10, $15 to get it changed. But I always got it waived because, you know, I threw my loyalty around and my decades of being with them and stuff. But yeah, no, this person is just playing. You know how to turn somebody down. You know how to, especially a woman. You know, although I heard that the lesbians, when you get a lesbian behind you and after you, ooh, they have a different type of energy. Drop a bomb on that. The so-called aggressive girls, the AGs, oh, they when they see you, I got hit on by an aggressive girl at AG one time. I got hit up by an AG. Hello, Miss Coloring View. I see you here too. Thank you. Miss View, they definitely scared me too. I went down for whatever reason. I decided to go down to the club. It was a Latin and Latino club. I talked about it before. Escuelita, they had like a drag review and the whole nine. But we went down. There was in a basement. We were descending into the pits of hell. Okay. Friday nights was for the lesbians, and Saturday and the rest of the week was for the boys. But so we went down there. I don't even know why. We were bar hopping or something. I went down there, and I used to wear my white Cortez, Miss View, the sneakers. I had the look. The white Cortez, some blue jeans, light blue jeans, a small white Hanes shirt, and then I had my fro in a puff in the back. Okay. And, you know, I was very, very skinny, very slim, very petite. Waist was like a 23. Okay, Miss View. And I remember standing by the bar. I was with friends. I was standing by the bar. And all of a sudden, my hand get grabbed and get spun around. And I look and I'm turned around and I look. And it was an aggressive girl. AG. Trying to come at me. She was trying to kiss me and everything. I had to put my hands up, and the first thing that came out of my mouth, Miss View, was I'm a boy. Then she had the nerve to say she couldn't tell from the back. She said she couldn't tell from the back. You know, I had to then upgrade my style. I removed the Cortez after that, and I started wearing my Timbs, which were heavy as shit. Those Timberlands, okay. It was a motherfucking workout going to work and coming home and getting right in the train. Them Timbs with them steel toes, them brown with the steel toes, they were so heavy, so heavy. This View says some of them are in the beef sector. Oh, yes, they are. And they're very aggressive. They're passive aggressive when they want to be, and then they're aggressive when they want to chase. They don't take no for an answer. I don't understand what it is. I don't know if it's the chemistry, the composition. They see game. They see it as game. It's like open season. It's like they're out in the field and they're just trying to, you know, like a tiger, you know, like a panther, like a puma. Like, I'm going to need you to calm down. Calm down. Going back to the post. So this man, you know, it's not that complicated. It seems like her interactions with you have all been on text message, right? So just block her. Or if you want to start some shit, you know, you screenshot and you PDF that whole conversation and you have it delivered. Now, you know, that might cause you to have blood in your hands at the end of the day. Drop a bomb on that. You know? Some men, you know, their chemistry's fucked up and they go off the cliff, you know. But this is not that difficult. This is not that complicated, you know. And it's not, she says some weird ass shit. No, her husband is probably not fulfilling her. Or who knows, maybe it's an arrangement. Maybe he can go out and suck a little dick every now and then, and she can go out and get plowed. You know what I'm saying? Nothing surprises me under the sun. I am of the age and of the life experience, and I've seen a lot, heard a lot, have witnessed a lot, that nothing surprises me. There are people that are together for it's cheaper to keep her than to, I was gonna say delete her. That too. That too. But sometimes we've heard the phrase, it's cheaper to keep her than to divorce her. Though, I've seen Miss View, I've seen like posted in billboards and shit, you could get a divorce for like $250. $250 and it gets you a quick divorce within a week and shit. Like, that's crazy, right? But sometimes people are together for different reasons. Sometimes I've seen it all under the sun. I've seen marriages where once 1 week out of the year, she can do whatever the hell she wants. She flies out to Mexico, to Jamaica. Okay, she flies out to Jamaica to hedonism. Drop a bomb on hedonism, Miss View. Drop a bomb on hedonism. Hedo. There's Hedo and Hedo 2. Don't ask me how I know. But she could go to Hedo, and then he could go to San Francisco. And they, it's their time off with their friends, and then they come back acting like dating. It couldn't be me. I don't see myself, now that I have Incredible Hulk with me, I do not see myself traveling anywhere without my Incredible Hulk. We are joined at the hip. I can. I absolutely can. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But, and then if you throw kids into the equation, then you got the parents that they know it's not working. They can't stand each other. They hate each other. They doing their own thing. They're dating their own people. And then they go ahead and stay together because they want to raise the kids so that the kids don't have a broken home. As if kids could not pick up on their energy. My parents have been married for many, many decades. And, they are a good example. They're a good example, Savannah. They've had successful kids. I'm the oldest, but I remember it wasn't always, roses and lollipops and rainbows and the whole nine. And as a child, I can pick up when my parents were not getting along. Children can sense that. Children can pick that up. They can pick that up. And who wants to raise children in that environment with that energy around? Nobody. Like, that's not healthy for anybody involved. Yes, Miss View, decades. Absolutely. I don't want to say too much, but, and they are a great example. I've been blessed to have the parents that I have. So in conclusion to this man, how should you deal with it? What will we do? I will block her. I'm at the stage of my life, Miss View, and everybody else who's listening, where I don't even, the old me might have, like I said, PDF, all of them text messages, and just Federal Expressed it to that house, delivered it. Not even on email. Yeah, I need this to be framed and send in a FedEx and the whole nine. But I'm in a stage of my life where I just don't care. Leave me out of whatever mess. This bitch is hot and heavy in her panties. No. The answer is no. You're blocked. Get out of my face. Miss View said block right there. Let me put it up. Block. Okay? Absolutely blocked. Blocked. To me, ain't no difficulties in updating my phone number. I've been so comfortable with changing my number because then I get to call the people who I care for and tell them this is my new number. And then the other ones that I didn't care for, that's it. I don't even have to. Yeah. So this person is just getting, he knows what the fuck is happening. He knows what's happening and how to get this woman off him. Get her off you. get her off you. She'll find another penis to try to climb on, a slide down. All right. With that said, I want to thank Miss View, my husband, the Incredible Hulk, Naris21, everybody who comes through later on and watches the replay. I come through every single night. It's through. And we read some of these advice seeking and confessions and the whole nine. So I will be back tomorrow. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. So we have another one for tomorrow. Miss View, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're coming along nice and smoothly, and that you have a great rest of your week. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, please have a good night, and thank you for coming through. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, good night. Peace.